He is certified in aerospace medicine by the American Board of Preventive Medicine, and his career at NASA, Johnson Space Center, spans more than 2 decades. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to the incredibly brilliant, handsome, and articulate Dr. Jim Logan.
Hello, Alexis. Thank you, Uli, for that very generous introduction. It's an honor to be with you today and to be able to reach out to all of you in so many cities at once. Now, I grew up with the space program. Astronomy was my first love, but it was really the rescue of Apollo 13 that changed my life. As you remember, in the movie, Flight Director Gene Kranz, played by Ed Harris, and his flight control team had to deal with the initial hours of an unfolding catastrophe, which essentially became a race against time to keep the spacecraft and therefore the crew alive. Under mounting pressure, Kranz and his team made at least 5 crucial decisions and came up with 4 in-flight procedures, any one of which, had they not worked on the first try, would have doomed the crew. Now, here's a picture taken of the real Apollo 13 in the famous Mission Control Building. Notice that the real Gene Kranz is enjoying a well-deserved victory cigar. Here's the point. The Apollo 13 team, including the astronauts, had to deal with reality as it was, not what they wanted it to be. For their heroic roles, Kranz, his team, and the crew subsequently received the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Now, I was so inspired by the Apollo 13 story that exactly 12 years from the day of this photo, after years of hard work, intense study, and a little good luck, I was granted admission to one of the most exclusive clubs on Earth, Gene Kranz's flight control team. It was, and still is, one of the proudest accomplishments of my life. The physician who sits at the surgeon's console is the only front room controller whose area of expertise is the human being. Believe it or not, that's me. Thank you. Can you believe I ever looked that young and ever had so much brown hair? As Chief of Flight Medicine and later Chief of Medical Operations, my group was responsible for providing medical care to America's astronauts and their families, as well as direct mission support. My job was to protect the government's significant investment, financial and otherwise, in these extraordinary men and women. In addition to basic care, my role was to continuously optimize their overall health. This meant protecting them from hazards they weren't even fully aware of, such as accelerated aging, physiological as well as psychological stress, and the multiple effects of chronic disease, sedentary lifestyle, and suboptimal nutrition. Our focus was on the health and well-being in the broadest sense of the word. We treated the whole person, including the family unit. Now, this approach was in keeping with my own personal philosophy. Prevention is vastly superior to aggressive, long-term, invasive treatment once one or more significant medical issues has taken root. So why did I choose to be on the Plexus Advisory Board, the Medical Advisory Board? Because the Plexus approach resonates with mine. Maintaining health is the key. It's not Houston we have a problem, it's America we have a problem. And that's despite the best and most expensive healthcare on Earth. Obviously, something is radically wrong. Now, I could dazzle you with biostatistics, but don't worry, I won't. This time. But indulge me for the next 30 seconds while I tell an especially brutal version of the truth. Simply stated, the magnitude of the obesity and weight management crisis that exists in our society today and the adverse medical condition it enables is almost overwhelming. And unfortunately, it's getting worse. The medical history of the United States for the past 120 years can be summed up in a single sentence. We have traded the diseases of deficiency for the diseases of excess. You would think that by 2020, science would have figured out a flawless method for weight control and weight management. Unfortunately, this is not the case. And anyone who tells you different is not being honest with you. The good news is we're learning more all the time. The rational application of scientific method, good experimental design, and an increasing understanding of the vast complexities of physiology, genetics, and the surprising new discoveries about the interactions of human biology with the gut microbiome are rapidly whittling away our ignorance. Now, this isn't just academic for me, it's personal. We just finished the holidays. You know, the eating Olympics. This year I won a bronze medal in the event, which is an improvement over the silver medal I won last year. Deep inside of me, there is a 250-pound man that would just love to explode. I've had to work all my life to keep that big guy in check. When I was at NASA, it was very clear to me that I could easily talk the talk. But if I didn't also walk the walk, I'd have zero credibility with the astronauts. They listened to me because they knew I practiced what I preach. As I got older, my inner big guy has gotten more aggressive. So I've had to double down on my efforts. That's why my favorite Plexus product is the lean meal replacement. I'm basically a plain vanilla kind of guy, so Plexus Lean Whey and the creamy vanilla option is my product of choice. It's a great low-calorie meal replacement with the right amount of high-quality protein essential for successful weight loss without losing lean body mass, and it also tastes great and is surprisingly filling. Now, we have a huge body of evidence showing that a rational approach to weight loss and weight management consists of things to avoid and things to embrace. That's not rocket science. The average American eats 140 pounds of sugar a year, almost a half a pound of sugar a day. When I first got to NASA, I was horrified to observe many of my astronauts during a busy day eagerly woofing down, their term, not mine, what they referred to lovingly as a fighter pilot's lunch, which consisted of, and folks, I am not making this up, an RC Cola and a moon pie. I remember thinking, wow, my work is clearly cut out for me. The Plexus approach is a team approach. We understand and accept successful weight loss and weight management as a process influenced by many factors. But it starts with science. Plexus products are formulated with the assistance of a world-class science advisory board consisting of outstanding scientists, researchers, and nutrition experts. One of these factors is the gut microbiota, the trillions of bacteria, viruses, and fungi that reside in the gastrointestinal tract. Collectively, they make up about 4 pounds of biomass. Each individual has a unique mix of species. Overall, there are good microbes and there are bad microbes. Loss of microbial diversity can be a threat to health. Now, Plexus has a balanced system that, in my opinion, will help you optimize your gut health. It consists of BioCleanse, designed to help clean out the unwanted microbes and gently clean the gut. ProBio 5, which helps restore the proper microbial balance through probiotics, and Plexus Slim Microbiome Activating, or the pink drink, which is one of my favorites. It feeds your gut bacteria prebiotics, which promote the growth of good microbes. Now, exciting and quite frankly surprising revelations about the gut microbiota are being published in scientific journals every single week. The bottom line is that the gut microbiota is rapidly becoming a cornerstone of health. Now, weight management is also a long game. When you do the right thing, even in small steps, on a day-to-day basis, time becomes an ally rather than an obstacle. Now, my patient population at NASA consisted of very intelligent, hard-driving, competitive, overachieving, goal-oriented men and women and their spouses and kids. In short, people a lot like you. It was a compelling, stressful, yet rewarding environment that required every skill I could muster to help them achieve their maximal health potential. And that's what I want to do with all of you. Now remember, thank you. Now remember mission control and the lesson I learned there? Dealing with reality as it is, not what you want it to be. One reality you can't violate are the laws of physics and biology. The general principle of all sound diets share is reducing total caloric intake. In other words, it's not just the makeup of the meal, it's the total amount of it. Believe me, I wish that that weren't so. But it is. That's the science aspect. But weight loss is also an art. So to help you with your inner game of weight management, here are my 4 M's. The first is mouth. You can't control what you hear or see or smell, but you have complete control over what you put in your mouth. Mouth stands for nutrition. The Plexus products are excellent tools that used correctly, collectively, and consistently can help you meet your weight management goals. But ladies and gentlemen, they are adjuvants, not antidotes. They don't counteract, they promote. They're not magic wands, they are amplifiers. The second M is motion. For decades, I've told my patients, life is motion. Keep moving. It doesn't matter whether you're on crutches, in a wheelchair, or completely mobile. Every study ever done shows that exercise turbocharges the results of any positive nutrition or lifestyle intervention. If there is a magic pill, it's exercise. So think of it as that magic potion that takes 20 to 30 minutes to ingest at least 3 times a week. And you don't have to join a gym to benefit. Walk, lift a few weights, stretch, play outside with your dog or your kids, but do it consistently. The third M is mind, and it stands for motivation and behavioral congruence, which means your actions are consistent with your goals. When tempted, ask yourself honestly, do I want to get thinner or not? If the answer is a solid yes, better not wolf down that ice cream sundae or that bag of chips. Have a lean shake instead. No self-sabotage should be your mantra. Don't let your mind play games with you or trip you up. That big cookie over in the corner is not a reward for having a salad in the previous meal. It doesn't work like that. The result, losing weight, becoming healthier, looking and feeling better, is the reward. The fourth and final M is for mastery, and this requires a shift in perspective. Every temptation is no longer a challenge, it's an opportunity to demonstrate mastery over yourself and the situation. Yes, you must deal with reality, that is count calories, but you leverage it rather than become its victim. When you do the right thing consistently, time becomes a friend and not a foe. Think mindfulness. Focus on the now. The past is gone and the future is fuzzy. When it dawns on people what they'll have to do from now on to lose weight, they panic and feel overwhelmed. So I'm going to give you a little secret, and here it is. Master is knowing the point of power is in the present. So, relax. You don't have to worry about now on. Focus on the now. Today, one action and one meal at a time. That's it. It's really that simple. Deal with tomorrow, tomorrow. Now, there's a lot to be said about structure. The Renew You Challenge, which I highly recommend, is a structured plan, as are the various Plexus product combinations, like the Triplex Combo or the Lean Meta Burn and Slim Hunger Control combination. These systems provide the structure to help you do the right thing on a day-to-day basis. Our products, as great as they are best utilized as part of a commitment to a healthy lifestyle. And far from being a burden, a healthy lifestyle is a daily opportunity to demonstrate mastery in every aspect of your life and with every choice you make. Now, I love the Plexus products. I use them every day. They're evidence-based, convenient, and only use the highest quality ingredients. But it's not just the products. I chose Plexus because I admired the management team and staff and their dedication to providing outstanding products informed by the best science to their ambassadors and customers. Most of all, I chose Plexus because of their organizational culture. And that is their focus on the whole person. Now, I look forward to the opportunity of meeting and interacting with each and every one of you at upcoming Plexus events. In the meantime, boldly go. Live long. Prosper. Change people's lives for the better. There is no higher calling. Okay? Pop quiz. Fill in the blank. Everybody participate. The point of power is in the... You got it. Thank you very much.